What's going on, everybody? It's BC9 4XYZ, and welcome back to another gameplay walkthrough. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nancy Drew Message in a Haunted Mansion. This is the third game in the series. Now, I found a way. I skipped number 2 and number 3 originally because I couldn't figure out a way to get the modern-day sound cards to work. I finally found a way to do it. So it doesn't work for 2, but it works for 3. So let's go ahead and do number 3 out of order. I know it's out of order, but that's okay. We'll be going for order. We'll be going in order from 5 onward. So here we go. Let's start a new game. Shall we?
Hi, it's Nancy Drew. Welcome to my latest cyber mystery. Dear Bess, hello from stormy San Francisco. This time I'm staying in a beautiful Victorian mansion. You'd love the room I'm in. It's full of old Chinese furnishings and some interesting knickknacks. The owner of the house, Rose Green, is a friend of Hannah and asked me to come out and help her with some renovation work. She and her friend Abby hope to turn the place into a bed and breakfast by next month. But from what I gathered, Rose isn't sure if she can open in time. Ever since they started the renovations, they've had a lot of accidents. Could it be just bad luck, or is there something more sinister at work? I'm sure I'll find out. Love, Nancy.
Alright. Here's the funny story. This is one of the few Nancy Drew games, the old ones, that I haven't played at all. I never got around to being able to order this game, so what do you call it? I finally was able to order it. Now, I am aware of what happens in this game, and I have seen somebody else play it, so I do know what happens. What's it called? So, you'll find randomly all over the place these Chinese symbols. So this is the Chinese symbol for daughters, for instance. So, and again, what's weird is that the cursor is not a back cursor, it's a turn around cursor, even though you're not really turning around. This is where we set the alarm, like in number 4. You know, weirdly enough. So I do not actually know much about this game, except for the fact that there are a few things. Like, I know who the culprit is, and I know who it is, but of course I'm not going to spoil it for you. Oh, right. Let's read this poem.
Listen, my child, to this story of dreams, and know that the beginning is more difficult than it seems. When the 10 daughters are reunited in order, when the 4-sided box loses its border, when the eye of the phoenix is in your hand, when the bird of fire can see again, when the moon sleeps and the sun plays, the king of the sky will shine his ray, and hidden beneath a river of colors will lie a gate to golden wonders.
So notice, child, beginning, daughters, 4, eye, fire, moon, king, river, and gold are all highlighted. These are all relative to a puzzle at the end of the game. We continue searching around. And of course, again, with these old mystery games, you have to wait. Oh, whoops. You have to wait for the disc to load the image, which is really annoying. So this is interesting. This is something that wasn't in 4, and also wasn't in 2 and 1. This is a journal to help you keep up with your stuff. But what's weird is they did not bring it back in 4 at all in any way. So I don't know. I'm glad that they finally found a way to do it in the new games, you know. You always have a journal with you, you always have an inventory, but here's the mansion. Actually, I'm gonna, you guys know me, I'm gonna save. So here's the mansion. There's not much, you know, you can really do in this right now, but
It's stuck.
Two famous lines from the beginning ones. It's locked. It's stuck. Why don't we go ahead and... That was actually turning around that one. Let me go ahead and talk to Abby.
Hello, Nancy. I see you've arrived safely from your long journey. But I'm sensing an aura of danger around you. I can tell you're an inquisitive type, a little skeptical, and that you don't believe in ghosts.
And you do?
I sense a very strong but restless spirit within these walls, and a restless spirit can soon become an angry spirit.
Okay.
Does your intuition tell you who could be behind these recent accidents?
I'm not sure, but for some reason the name Valdez has a strong connection with this mansion.
Well, you'll be the first to know if I find a ghost floating over my bed.
Do you dare mock the supernatural? Just bear in mind what I've told you about this place. Spirits of the deceased can do unimaginable harm, especially to those who don't believe. Now, if you will please excuse me, I need to prepare myself for this evening. At that time, more will be revealed.
And that's Abby, everybody. Hold on, you're gonna hear a weird thing. There we go. And that would be Abby. She is a little eccentric, if you haven't been able to tell. God damn it. Come on. Go down. Go down. Alright, I believe this is the kitchen. Yes, it is.
Hello, Nancy. I'm very glad you could come out here. We can really use your help, seeing how far we are behind schedule. Are you all ready to do some renovation work?
You bet I am.
I sure am. This house must have quite a history. What do you know about it?
Not very much, but Abby found some interesting old papers that might give us clues about the history of the house. They're in the parlor if you want to take a peek. There's also an old-time saloon in the basement, so it's possible the house was once a hotel.
Interesting, huh?
A saloon? Oh, this place really does have a history. Who was the original owner?
Almost all the records on these old houses were destroyed in the Great Earthquake, so we don't know much about the origins of the place. Abby thinks all our accidents were caused by some restless spirit or a curse. I'm not one to believe in bad luck, but it's been one thing after another. Maybe Charlie doesn't have the expertise for these renovations, but his rates are so affordable. I sometimes wonder, though, if this old house would be worth more burned to the ground. Enough chit-chat. Hannah tells me you're a real pro with puzzles. Take a look in the corner. Those wood tiles should fit inside the inlay pattern of the floor. Abby and I tried for hours, but it's just too complicated. I'm sorry for not introducing you around, but everyone posts their schedule here in the dining room. It's kind of like Command Central. Let me know how far you get with that puzzle. And thanks again for helping us, Nancy.
Easy. This is so damn easy. You see, it's supposed to look like that. I don't know how it could have possibly taken them. Now, the only annoying part of this game is the fact that that's not going to work. That's also not going to work. Is the fact that they have to fit perfectly. So, come on. There we go. See what I mean? It's really annoying. Because if you even leave the smallest space at all in there, it's not going to do well. See, like, watch. See, ready? Like, that's a little space. Nope. Come on. Come on. Doesn't help that my... Which is kind of weird considering that it's actually... this. So then this is wrong. See what I mean? So yeah, see, so this is wrong. So now we take this. See, now it will fit in there, which is interesting. This fits in here perfectly like that. And this fits in there perfectly like that. Alright, so now we just have the square. This will go in there like that. And this will go in there like that. Done.
I did it!
Now I'm gonna save because... Oh, just kidding. I'm gonna save because that's annoying.
How's that inlay puzzle coming along?
I finished it!
Wonderful!
Awkward
But now I've got
silence.
something else for you. I set up a ladder upstairs so you can chip off the broken tiles on the hallway ceiling. You'll need to look around for a chisel or paint scraper for the job. I'm not sure where Charlie keeps them.
How did you meet Abby?
She was the drama coach back in River Heights, and we worked on a couple of plays together. My bid on this house was too low, so she pitched in her savings to help me get the place. If it weren't for Abby, I couldn't have afforded this place.
What is Abby planning for tonight?
She's putting on some kind of seance tonight to contact these ghosts or whatever she thinks is causing all of these accidents.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
Thanks for your help.
Okay. So we see here that, what's his name? Lewis is here from noon to 5, Charlie is here from 8 to 5, and Abby is here from 3 to 6. It's out from 3 to 6, but otherwise she's here. So now let's head down to the saloon in the basement. Charlie should be here. What time is it? Yeah, he's go. Charlie, funny story, Charlie is actually Ned Nickerson in the later games. It's really funny to hear his voice now.
Hi, you must be Nancy. My name's Charlie.
Nice to meet you. Rose and Abby really have their hands full with this house.
Yeah, most of these Victorian mansions need a lot of work, but I don't mind getting my hands dirty, you know? This place will look great once it's finished.
Do you think you'll be open in time with all of these accidents and delays?
Yeah. Well, now that you're here, sure.
You don't sound convinced.
No, I am. I mean, I know Rose is all concerned, but you gotta expect a few things to get out of control with these big projects. Accidents happen, you know?
Sure, but why so many?
I have no idea. People are blaming me, but it's not my fault. I know what I'm doing. I know how to do this work. Listen, Nancy, I really need to get back to work. I'm repairing some floorboards, so be careful walking around. Rose was looking for you earlier. Maybe she has something for you to do. See ya.
Yeah, she already gave us something to do. This place is filled with like old newspaper clippings and stuff like that from the California, San Francisco days. You know, and that includes things that were a big deal back in the day. And there's, of course, the bed and breakfast scene is on the rise. This is actually, interestingly enough, relative to, what do you call it? This is real. Like, a bed and breakfast rise was actually happening during this time period when this game was made. Which is really cool, actually, I think. Alright, so here's the front hall. And it's a gorgeous front hall, for that matter. Now we're in the center of it. We obviously can't leave. There's no map for this game either, so... What do you call it? So let's take the paint scraper over here. Can't go through that door because, obviously... is Lewis in town here? No, he's not in town yet. So let's actually go ahead and go up this stairway.
I see you.
That will happen every once in a while. Keep in mind this stuff moves. I'm preparing this for later. Hold on. I'm not actually going to do anything about it. Alright, so let's head up the ladder. It's incredible what we find.
It's locked.
Now, as for a key, we have to find the key.
She sounds busy.
Yeah, I think Nancy just doesn't want to have to deal with it, to be honest. Things like that will happen every once in a while, and it's actually really funny. Sorry, I don't know why I went in here, actually. Keep in mind this staircase creaks. Keep that in mind. A lot, actually. It creaks a lot. Now, if we head in here, this is the sitting room. Keep in mind that there is... You're gonna hear another sound. There we go. Keep in mind that there is a fire extinguisher here. You don't need it until it actually, you know, something happens, but... There's some very interesting documents in here about the bidding process. There's also a desk of operations over here that you can only use the phone. Nothing else you can use. So let's search Lewis's place before we actually head in. So he doesn't actually... We don't actually know his password yet. We will soon, but...
When the four-sided box loses its border...
So yeah, just start like looking around and you will see a bunch of things. Lizzie Applegate. She's a constant reference in the Nancy Drew games.
It won't fit.
Because there's nothing to fit. Nancy. Anyway. So we're done in here. Alright, let's go tell Rose about the paint job. That's done. See, after all the images load, you're fine.
How are the tiles coming along?
I'm all finished, but you should know what I found.
I'm sure it's very interesting, but unless it's really important, I've got other things to worry about. Let's see. If you're any good at fixing things, there's a dumbwaiter in the hallway that's not working.
Where did Abby find those papers that are in the parlor?
She told me they were in her room, which surprised me since it was completely empty when we moved in. Now the room you're staying in was crammed with furniture. I think most of it was original with the house.
How did you find Charlie?
He just showed up one day. It was really odd. I remember Abby and I were in the basement talking about hiring someone to help us. 20 minutes later, the doorbell rang and there stood Charlie, looking for work.
Have you heard of someone named Lizzie Applegate?
No, I haven't.
Whose laptop is that in the library?
Lewis leaves it here, but he doesn't like people to use it. He said he's had trouble with viruses lately.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you go.
Don't work too hard.
Interesting. So we're gonna actually end the first video here, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on Nancy Drew, Message in a Haunted Mansion.